All right, I'm going to do some Q&A answers right now. So I had posted on a different on my Facebook page asking my audience if they had any feng shui questions. I was actually intending to do a different topic today, but feeling kind of lazy, so I'm just going to answer some of the questions that have popped up already. Let me just find them. Yeah, so. Um, for those of you who are new, I'm Kerri Miller. I'm a Feng Shui and energy clearing practitioner. I work with clients both on-site and virtually to support their homes and their businesses using Feng Shui. And just to preface this, when I answer Feng Shui questions, when I haven't seen your home, haven't seen your floor plan or your layout, I'm typically giving general answers. What I would advise you if I were on site or meeting with you virtually might be different. It would definitely be more personalized based on what's going on. But often I can kind of guide you to the right answer or the right knowing for your space based on the information that I have and the experience that I have. So that's what I'm going to do a bit today. So this question comes from Cindy. She asks, she says, I have some large open spaces in my house. The living room has one whole wall open to it. My sitting room has two entrances on opposite sides that are equally used. And my kitchen and dining room are one large open room. I'm confused on where to put the Bagua map. So she has a separate question, and in that separate question, she talks about understanding where the love and relationship corner is of her home, and the fame area is of her home. So I think she has a general understanding of how the whole house Bagua map works, and I think what she's asking in this question is about how to find the Bagua map for each of these individual rooms, especially when there are multiple entrances or not a clear entrance. And so I have some thoughts on this, and I'll share those here. The first thing I'll say is to remember that the source of energy into any home for any room starts at the front door. So if you think about how the energy is coming in through the front door and the path, the easiest path that it takes to get to any of these rooms, that will give you a clue as to what the entrance to the room is. So my guess with the living room is that that big wide open side of the living room is actually the entrance side. And that would be the side that you would lay the Bagua map and the side that the support, career, and wisdom area that would be on the entrance side of the space, and the far wall would be your fame area, your wealth area, and your love for that particular room. Again, I'm a little bit guessing because I haven't seen the space and there can be some nuances to that answer. And I would say similar in the kitchen and dining room. Like if it's an open space, I would say, where is the energy flowing from the front door? How does it access that kitchen? How does that energy access the kitchen? And that is the side that I would orient the map from. In terms of the sitting room, typically I would say if a room has two entrances, choose the one that you use most often. So like there's a path of a way that your home flows, that you flow within your home most often. And it sounds like in this case, both sides of the room, the entrances on both sides are used equally the same. And so I would recommend thinking about that front door option again. Like which one of those entrances is closest to the front door and would receive the most energy? That is the one that I would designate as the main entrance and where you would orient the Bagua map from for that particular room. Cindy goes on to ask, she says, to confuse matters more, my covered back deck is the love and marriage and the fame and reputation area. And the wealth and prosperity area is in the yard, since the roof lines of the garage and the back deck meet there. I'm not sure how to map it out and where to put my attention to strengthen the areas Yeah. So honestly, it sounds like you've already got it mapped out. So you know where your love and relationship corner is. You know where your fame and reputation area is. You know where the wealth corner is, and you know that the wealth corner is missing from the foundation of your home. It falls outside of your house. So the first correction that I make for that is to anchor that missing area. And so one of the ways that I like to do that is kind of find where the house would end if it were, a completely square house. Like, what is that corner that's missing? And I often suggest that people bury a nice sized crystal in that corner as an anchor to hold the energy in to that space. And then that outdoor space, as best as you can, keep it uncluttered and keep it beautiful if you can. If you have the opportunity to make that an outdoor room, that is ideal, right? That's the first correction for first cure for that. Even if you could like put some hedges in or some flowers in that area or create an outdoor seating area. Or even like I've seen people string lights in that little square that's missing and create a little intimate space in that outdoor area. Those are all ways that you can activate the missing area that's there. And then the second thing that I would do is go in, and I think that's why you're probably asking about the Bagua for each individual room, because the second way to compensate for that missing area is to go in and find the wealth corner in each individual room and place a cure, place an enhancement there, activate that corner, make sure it's not cluttered, make sure that it is an abundant feeling space and even place some affirmations or some crystals or some other type of symbol that is resonant for you about abundance and prosperity. Um, so it is important, since you're missing that wealth corner, to understand how to find the Bagua map for each individual room. And hopefully that answer that I gave you right up front will support you with that. I do have a free resource. I will link it in the comments. Um, I'll give you a short link to it because you can find it if you go deeper into the links below. But I have a Bagua map resource, which just gives you some general information about how to map the Bagua map of your full home. And it does talk about what to do if you have missing areas. It does not address the individual rooms, but I think I covered that in the start of this. And honestly, if you're not sure, even after taking this information and this guidance in, I recommend at a minimum, having a Bagua mapping session with me. That is a single session where you send me your floor plan, I map it out and send you the floor plan back with any notes about key areas for you to be concerned about and a few quick suggestions on what to correct. Um, or work with me for a full home review of the feng shui of your home. We look at a lot more than just the Bagua map when we're assessing feng shui. So um, the Bagua map is a great place to start, but there are many other layers that we cover and other things that we're looking at in terms of energy flow and energy frequency and how to shift that for your benefit by looking at the whole home of your house. So definitely reach out if I can support you in either of those ways. And I will link the free resource for the Bagua map down below. Thank you. Thank you so much. I am going to be doing more Q&A sessions, and I just put a post in the YouTube section that asks for your questions. So if you have questions, post them in that section, and I will periodically come back and do Q&A answer sessions, giving you the best answer that I can without having seen your space, and the best general feng shui guidance based on what's going on for you. See you again soon. Take care. Bye.